They call him the service industry king, an immigrant with dreams like all, but having made it real big. It wouldn't be an outstretched statement to make that he's instrumental in changing the very landscape of Toronto, just to say, humanitarian, philanthropist, a caring family man. He is truly an epitome of success at its pinnacle. The 70s saw a man tread the roads in Ontario, a new immigrant with huge dreams, but he had the passion to make it happen, and he did it remarkably well. This is Steve Gupta, an entrepreneur, businessman, community person, and a human par excellence. They say when it becomes tough, the toughest get going, and Steve is a perfect example of this adage.
You came with nothing, as I know. I still remember something around $200 or $300 or something. Or is it too much? Or $8 was it?
Actually, $108.
$108.
Those days,
I
either
remember.
3 sterling pounds or $8 you could get for the plane to buy a sandwich or whatever. Or $100 those days, I think, was given as exchange for people who wanted to visit any other country out of India. A tough decision to make. I come from a large family. I had 4 brothers and 2 sisters. My parents didn't want me to come to Canada because I'm the eldest in the family, and my father wanted me to carry his business over there. So he was a little unhappy man initially, but in the end he was happier. Coming into any country is not easy. To make a decision to leave your loved ones and to go start something else it takes balls. It takes really guts to go and do something. And I must say that I have, they call steel balls, and I can do things that most people can't. And this is very important for people to know when they start something and they come into a country. Number one, don't forget your values. I never forgot my values, what I learned from my religious books, from my Hindu background, from my culture, my family, and I did everything I could to bring all my brothers over here, get my sisters married and whatnot, settled, and help my father, basically being eldest son, and then coming here, struggling with my life. But I never gave up, and I worked hard. It started with selling insurance door to door. Basically, I didn't know anybody. How do I go and sell you insurance if I don't even know you? And I started knocking doors, literally going into apartment buildings, high-rise buildings, and giving a small little gift. This was all my creation. Said, okay, I'll give you a gift, give me 10 minutes of your time, and I'll make your life, and it'll be something that you'll be proud of. So anyway, I was able to sell a lot of insurance. First year, I was the highest selling salesman of the branch.
Oh.
And they sent me to a first-class ticket to San Diego from Toronto. Mm-hmm. And those days, we were traveling in economy, we could afford it. So I cashed in that ticket and took my wife with me in economy class, so we had a good trip. But I kept working hard, saved a little bit of money on the side, and I always felt that I wanted to invest in real estate. I started investing in 76, 77, slowly, and then coming back in 83, started investing in residential apartment buildings. In 1986, I did one of the largest apartment building transaction. It hit the papers, $209 million and change. It was $210 million, 5,729 apartments. I syndicated, I put a group together, and we did it. Bought it in 86, closed in 87. And then in '86, I bought another 2,500 units for 59.7 million. So one thing, what I'm trying to tell you, not brag about what I did, but I'm trying to explain to the audience or the people here, especially what I understand people in India, younger people in India, that if you use your brain, analyze the problem, analyze what you want to do, and get the help from wherever you want to, you can do anything. You set your goals high and go for the moon, and you will, if not get the moon, you'll get the stars. But if you feel that, I give you an example, somebody says, well, go and get this money, this guy owes you money, and go and knock his door and see if you can go and get it. And they go, oh, he won't be home, I'll go tomorrow. So if you want to postpone things, don't want to do it, that's fine.
So basically, don't procrastinate.
Absolutely. What you can do today, do it today or now. Don't postpone it to tomorrow. That's one thing I say. And then I get inspired every day from not only from myself, what I do every day, but from my customers, from my friends, and from the people I deal with. I learn from them every day. What I did yesterday, I rewind every day and see what mistakes I made at nighttime. And then next morning, I evaluate that how I should have done something different. That's how we learn. So it's a great process. It's very important for people to know that if you don't even know you made a mistake, how would you
rectify it? Fair enough.
And that's the issue. So most people, my children are very bright. I'm really fortunate to be that way. But it's important. I teach them one other thing. I teach them that build a good reputation. A good reputation, you can go and earn money, but with money you cannot buy reputation.
True. Very true.
So to build that reputation, it takes time. And it takes consistent, one brick at a time, I built it. And that's important, that when you're going on your journey, that you create and build friends, build reputation, that is envy. Everybody envy that, and that's important. And I have always sincerely worked to achieve that how can I be in the mainstream and not being an Indian, not being an Indo-Canadian, and try to be as part of average Canadian who was born here.
Just a Canadian. Another Canadian.
A Canadian, yes.
Success is a journey and not a destination. We have much more on this successful persona coming up after this break.
रणवीर, ये जरा दाल साफ कर दो प्लीज। मैं जरा मॉर्निंग वॉक करके आती हूँ। ये क्या रणवीर, दाल साफ की कि नहीं?
साफ भी कर दी और भिगो भी दी।
वाह, तुम तो बिल्कुल अलादीन का चिराग निकले। सदके जाऊं तुम पर भी सदके जाऊं। अमन की दालें और पल्सेस साफ सुथरी और स्वाद से भरपूर हार्ट एंड स्ट्रोक फाउंडेशन के हेल्थ चेक के साथ सभी ग्रोसरी स्टोर पर अवेलेबल।
Come, celebrate this Dussehra and Diwali with the live performance of Ram Leela by Indian Revival Group from New Delhi. To book the Ram Leela in your city, call Ajay Modi at 416-505-8590.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Let's dance to the rhythm of BCDC.
Hi, I'm Bosco.
I am Caesar.
Bosco and Caesar are coming to make
make you dance.
Starting in Toronto. Dance and exercise with Bosco Caesar.
BCDC is coming to your city.
Be a part of the BCDC family. Register now.
White Turtle and Sunray Entertainment presents BCDC in Toronto. Limited seats. Log on to www.dancewithboscocaesar.com. Follow Dance with Bosco Caesar on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. For registrations, call toll-free number on 1-888-471-1666.
चिट्ठी आई है 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 वतन से चिट्ठी
His is a saga of big, undiluted dreams, determination, vision, and leadership. He has had prescience, and it has held him in good stead. His meteoric rise is a phenomenal happening. A highly respected name among the fraternity, Steve has set new standards of excellence, inspiration, and entrepreneur leadership.
I always feel that I have to work harder than everybody else in this room or everybody else in that field, wherever they are. And that's the only way you can achieve success. And I have always felt that there is no such thing as failure in life. I always believe failure is a feedback for tomorrow's success. And I've always built on that. And a lot of people feel then they get dejected, they get disappointed, and they don't want to go and work hard once they get, or twice or three times. But you just try again and keep working hard. And, Dronacharya told his son that you all are satisfied. His son, Dronacharya's son Ashwatthama, told his father that you give better education to Arjun, not to us. He says, you're wrong, you're not right. I give the same education, but you are satisfied thinking you are going to the best guru in the world, and he's not satisfied with that. But he uses that education as a base and build his own knowledge, build his own building of knowledge on that foundation and practice.
What a beautiful
While
way.
you guys are sleeping at 2 o'clock at night time, he is trying to see the bird's eye to shoot it in the morning. And where everybody doesn't care, people were looking at the tree, the branches, or the leaves, and he looked at the bullseye. He says, I only see the bird's eye. And that's the kind of focus you should have if you want to succeed in life. It is important anywhere, whether you're in India. Hopefully, if I was in India, I would have done similar or maybe better. This country, I must say, Canada has been really good to immigrants. Canada is a role model for the rest of the world. The Toronto and Canada is the way the world should be. We have 120 different countries, people live in harmony in Toronto alone. And no issues, no racism, no problems. But at the same time, we also have to contribute. We can't be doing things that we'll do back home. And, we got to do, while in Rome, do as Romans do. This is very important. So whatever you do, number one, I always say, the first, when you're young, you learn. Then you grow, get your education, you learn and earn. Then the third phase of life is learn, earn, and return. So returning is giving back to the society, working with your people.
What a beautiful way to say it.
Working with your country and give back. And that's what I like to do. I've done everything I can over here. I never brag about my achievements. I never brag about what I do. I've been actually being very humble and very quiet. I'm thankful to God for what I have and what I've built. And it's all based on my Indian values, based on a great, devoted and very beautiful wife and children. If they didn't give me the support to work hard 15 hours, 14 hours a day, there's no way I would have achieved what I achieved. Nobody knows how much work I've done. I have put in our last 35 years, over 100 years of condensed work, real hard work. And the difference is you're putting 8 hours a day in at work, but your output is 3 hours a day is worth nothing. I put in 8 hours, 16 hours or 20 hours of work. That's the difference. And that's how you achieve success. And I always say success is not a destination, it's a journey. You keep working at it and you continue working at it and have excellence. Excellence is most important. I have, in this country, ever since I've come, I followed excellence. And they say, if you follow excellence, success will follow you. And I'd like to tell my fellow Indians and the young generations coming up is, my message would be that work hard, don't take no for an answer, get your education and learn from your peers, learn from your ancestors, learn from your friends and your parents, and then use your own knowledge to take the best out of it and build on it.
My goodness, you are brilliant. If I recollect rightly, in 2009, the most devastating economic downturn, as we would call it in the global sense, and in that particular year, in 2009, you opened up 3 hotels. Total contrast to most people, like some of them were closing down, and yet on the other side, you are opening a brand new hotel. It wasn't that you bought something, but you built it from scratch. What made you do that? And how did you manage to really overcome the recessionary times?
Well, that's a very good question. I call myself a contrarian. I always go against the tide. Everybody wants to follow the crowd, and it's easy, fine and dandy, because everybody wants to have a paved road. I pave my own road and make my own road. And that time when the economy was down, at that time, I went and bought lands, I went and got approvals and wanted to be ahead of the curve. So I was able to get construction costs 20% less. By the time the economy turns around, I knew economy is not going to be there forever, like 10 years. Right. It's going to be a recession that will never come out. I thought maybe 1 year, year and a half, 2 years max. So during that time I built. And because of my reputation, because of my credibility, because of my track record, I was able to borrow the money that I needed. And I built these projects. There's approximately $300 million I built in those years. And I opened those hotels when people were just thinking of doing something. So I was ahead of them 3 years, by 3 years.
Very nice idea.
Yeah. But it's all calculated risk. And like I said before, greater the risk, greater the reward. If you don't take any risk, you cannot achieve anything.
A recipient of umpteen awards and recognition, Steve still lives with a conviction. He has more to share with us. That's after this break, as Incredible Indians returns.
One, two, three, yeah.
Let's dance to the rhythm of BCDC.
Hi, I'm Bosco.
I am Caesar.
Bosco and Caesar are coming to make you dance.
Starting in Toronto.
Dance
And exercise
with Bosco Caesar.
BCDC is coming to your city.
Be a part of the BCDC family. Register now.
White Turtle and Sunray Entertainment presents BCDC in Toronto. Limited seats. Log on to www.dancewithboscocaesar.com. Follow Dance with Bosco Caesar on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram. For registrations, call toll-free number on 1-888-471-1666.
Celebrate this Dussehra and Diwali with the live performance of Ram Leela by Indian Revival Group from New Delhi. To book the Ram Leela in your city, call Ajay Modi at 416-505-8590.
चिट्ठी आई है 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 वतन से चिट्ठी
Learn, learn and earn, learn, earn and return. This is Steve's motto, quite amply lived by him. Real estate has always been his forte and he has excelled in this sphere. His Eastern Group has won innumerable awards. He has also contributed to Canadian universities in the form of large monetary donations. Steve has also supported and staged free eye camps back home in India for the poor and underprivileged. The Toronto International Film Festival TIFF has a box office named after him and his wife. It doesn't come easy.
You have received a lot of awards. One particular comes up into my mind, the Marriott Horizon Partnership Award. What is that about?
Marriott is one of the largest hotel chain in the world and one of the oldest, and then Hilton, and then Sheraton, which is Starwoods and Holiday Inn, IHG, and whatnot. And they have a very, what I felt when I entered Marriott in 10, 12 years ago, it was very close-knit society. Like I can tell you, 80% of the full-service Marriott owners owned a plane. So that almost tells you that they're only dealing with the elite.
So you're on the 80% or the 20%?
Well, I'm in the 20% right now,
Okay.
but maybe one day in the 80%.
Very soon. One of the good awards that you have received is from the E&Y, the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I got that award for Ontario in 2005 in two categories. I was the first one to get that award in two categories, in hotel and real estate. Ernst & Young has started this program about 20 years ago, as from international level and world level. And in Monaco, they have the word entrepreneur. And after that, I've served as a judge for Ontario as well as for Canada, national judge, for selecting the new winners for the following years. It's a great award. It's very inspiring. It's very, very good for people, and you get to see 140, 150 really big companies to evaluate and come up, and only one person gets the award in each category.
Brilliant. Tell me now about your little projects about your condominiums. From the hotels, you started building condos. And the first condo is at King Blue. What a fabulous location in downtown Toronto. Tell us a little more about it.
Well, a residential apartment building that I used to own and then built condos. The construction is kind of in my blood. I love to create something that leaves a legacy for hundreds of years. And the King Blue, when the land came about 3 years ago, I was lucky to buy it, or smart to buy it, I don't know, whatever or both. There were 19 offers, and I was the one who was able to buy 1 acre of land in the heart of downtown Toronto, opposite Toronto International Film Festival headquarters. It's going to be 2 towers, 48-story and 44-story tower. And then after that, we have 3 million square feet of residential in the works.
Touched something which I feel like asking. One is the TIFF, opposite TIFF. And the second thing I want to ask you is, I understand you are not the only one building this hotel. You have a great family support in this.
Yes, I do.
Who are they?
Well, I have 3 daughters, and my son, youngest one, my 3 daughters work with me in the business. My son is working for Royal Bank of Canada, and my daughters have been working basically from school age, whenever they could work in summertime, and then after they finish. My eldest daughter married, she's off maternity leave now, but my second daughter, Ritu, is Vice President of Sales and Marketing. She did her MBA from Schulich School of Business, one of the best school in Canada. And they're helping me building these condos. They're brilliant, they're smarter than anybody. And Shelley, my third daughter, also is working as Executive Director of Finance. She's finishing her CFA in June, and then she got admission in MBA in Chicago Booth in USA.
So you have the whole team worked out within the family.
Absolutely.
The management, accounting, finance, the works.
My son is the president caliber, and hopefully he'll go to Harvard to do his MBA.
Well, good luck to him.
Thank you.
And let's go back to TIFF. You have some serious connections with TIFF. What is it?
I don't know if I call it serious connection, but when I'm working in any area, I always like to give back in the community in the area. So we agreed to give some donation there, and they have named the box office after me and my wife.
Coming to the last question about condominiums. This condominium, what we see here, is going to be built at the very same site where we are sitting right now.
Right. Yes.
So you want to tell us more about this?
Well, this is 3 years of really hard work trying to get this approved. We have a hotel here, it's called Hilton Garden Inn. And I got the zoning approved to build a 48-story tower on this. It'll be starting in January or February of 2015, and occupancy by end of 2017. It's close to Eaton Center, which is Dundas Square. I'm sure you're aware of it. I call it Dundas Square Gardens. It's the gateway to the east. I will change the landscape of this area, the street. I did that when I opened the hotel, and I will redo it again.
And there is very big significance to this condominium. I understand you are going to give a large donation to the Ryerson University. What is?
Yes, we have agreed to give $1 million to Ryerson to give bursaries to the young students underprivileged who cannot afford or finish their studies. So this will help, the scholarship will help them to finish their studies and get settled in their careers. I feel good about being part of it. And Ryerson is a university of the masses. A lot of ethnic people actually go there. So that's why I felt that connection to be Indo-Canadian, try to help them. A lot of Indians, Chinese, a lot of ethnic people go
to that. So you're fulfilling your own vision statement, which you said earlier. Learn, earn, and return.
Learn and earn, and learn and return.
Wonderfully said. Yeah. Thank you very much, Steve. You have given a lot of vision, but would you like to sum up in one-liner for our audience?
Well, I say, work hard and don't ever be scared of failure, because failure, there's no such thing as failure. It's only feedback for tomorrow's success.
Failure is a mere feedback for tomorrow's success. It is well said that one must appreciate the opportunity and seize the moment. Be positive and respect your culture. Hard work, of course, is a vital key. Believe in excellence and be spiritual. They say try to see only quibbles between the possible and impossible. That's Steve Gupta, a born visionary and risk taker, a true Canadian icon, a real jewel among incredible Indians.
Mr. Steve Gupta forces me to look up in the sky, the towering icon of the incredible Indians, not only into being into hotels, real estate, the one King Blue, the Danda Square Garden, which is going to take up the shape where we had the interview recorded, and the most glamorous, to have a box office named after him and his wife, is truly making the incredible Indians onto the international platform. A big salute to him.